This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that far. We keeping the foot on the what on the X. We keeping the foot on the what on the X. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, I'm applying what on immediate pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts its pipes. Now let's talk about it. We have to look at Gervonta Tank Davis. We have to look at Shakur Stevenson. We have to look at Devin Haney. We have to look at Teofimo Lopez. Devin Haney is fucking up because Devin Haney hasn't fallen his ass up under Floyd Mayweather to be crispier than a three-piece. So he's fucking up from that standpoint. Then we have to look at Teofimo Lopez. We know he's a super duper hype job variation. But Teofimo Lopez at this point is actually ranked higher than Devin Haney because we have to go by accomplishments. Remember what I told you guys about pound for pound. It is what have you done for me lately? He supposedly beat Vasily Lomachenko. Let me say it again. Supposedly beat Vasily Lomachenko. So I got to rank him higher than Devin Haney because Devin Haney is a capper. Devin Haney is being used by so-called black community fan bases. Matter of fact, they defended his ass more than fucking Eddie Hearn. Let me say it again. They defended his ass more than Eddie Hearn. So what the fuck does that tell you? But when we look at Shakur Stevenson, that's a quality boxer. The problem is, Shakur Stevenson is being moved exactly the way that Andre Ward was being moved. It's bullshit and it's fuck shit at its truest and its most properest levels. Because Andre Ward, although he is box office in terms of being a boxer, same thing you're getting from Shakur Stevenson. They lack the box office when it comes to marketability, when it comes to cachet, when it comes to them being what they should be. Shakur Stevenson, just like Andre Ward, should be more than meets the eyes, right? They should be charged. They should be transforming the situation. But they're not because Andre Ward is making a categorical error here. He's running Shakur Stevenson the way that he ran his fucking career. And that's wrong. That's erroneous. That's why Shakur Stevenson is not at the next level in terms of marketability, in terms of stature. But when we look at the young crop, Shakur Stevenson is that dude. I've said this, and I will say it unquestionably. I see a young Andre Ward in him in terms of his ability to get the job done, in terms of him being able to handle any pressurized situation that's in front of him, in terms of him picking apart any opponent that's in front of him. I see that lineage in him. But just like Andre Ward, he's not box office in terms of marketability. And I think as long as he stays under that banner in that group, it's going to end up being the same subset with him. Now, when we look at Gervonta Tank Davis, that's the guy at 130. Anybody that's telling you that Shakur Stevenson is above anybody else, they need to really check their fucking boxing brain. And I don't give a flying fuck who it is. Because He Knows His Sport can argue this shit down with the best of them. Let me say it again. I don't give a flying fuck who it is. Because He Knows His Sport can argue this shit down with the best of them. It's Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank is that dude at 135. And he is the dude of all of these guys. Because Tank has the multiple ability to not only obliterate your ass in the ring. You guys saw this in the Leo Santa Cruz fight. People are still talking about that fight as one of the fight of the candidate of the year awards next to Spence and Garcia. And both of those fights to me are fight of the candidate. And you could talk about the Charlo brothers too earlier this year. But the bottom line is this in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat fashion. Gervonta Tank Davis also has boxing skills. He's a pull counter extraordinaire, and he's box office because he's under the right team. Notice Gervonta Tank Davis can't talk for shit. Let me say it again. Gervonta Tank Davis can't talk for shit, but because he's up under the Floyd Mayweathers of the world, he's under the right team. Leonard Ellaby. Leonard Ellaby knows how to market boxers. I don't care what anybody tells me. He's under the right banner with Al Heyman in them. Gervonta Tank Davis is being moved the right way. So when we look at a young guy, when we look at a guy of that group, of that subset, the guy that is going to be the dominant guy, and it's been the dominant guy, is Gervonta Tank Davis. Nobody can see Tank right now. Tank is too explosive, he's too powerful, and he's too dangerous. And Shakur Stevenson, don't get me wrong, he would give Gervonta Tank Davis fits because of his boxing ability. The problem is, if we're going by inches, and we're going by distances, and we're going by just measuring it at the highest levels, Gervonta Tank Davis gets him because of the power. The question in that fight is, can Shakur Stevenson handle Gervonta Tank Davis's power? That's how you answer that question. And if you come to the conclusion that Shakur Stevenson can't handle Gervonta Tank Davis's power, then you have to tell yourself, it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, So in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat true fashion, is as simple as this. Nobody's seeing Gervonta Tank Davis because he runs the young crop. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. And that's the cutthroat true fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the next. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the next. This is He Wants to Sport. Check it out.